Greetings, Soular, Christ-conscious beings of light. Happy solar eclipse and happy Father's Day to all the good papas out there in this realm. Thank you for all you do for the children of this world. Namaste, warriors of the light. Today was a very powerful day of codes coming in, energies, frequencies, activation through the second of the Trinity, the triple eclipse portals. This was for the middle, the heart center. Many felt the heart activation, the ring of fire within, through the sacred vessel, rising up, lifting up, the internal fire burning bright with its brilliant radiance. The end of today's transmissions, I'll tell you a little story of this morning's meditation with the rising sun in the east, with these powerful higher dimensional codes coming in, different activations and synchronicities, many synchronicities and codes coming in all day today. We had a 1010 activation, the 144 coming in all day today. We also had a power of 10 hertz manifestation on the Schumann resonance today. The ring of fire on Pachamama was totally lit up again today. Yesterday, the swarms of earthquakes started right where the Arctic Circle begins in northeast Iceland. And then all day today, many earthquakes in that sacred portal. And the largest earthquake today was in northeast Iceland at its 6.0, which was at the 66 latitude, 18 longitude, 10 kilometers depth at 6.0. So we have the 6.6 energy. We also had a 4.4 magnitude at 1820 UTC, 18 longitude. Again, with the solstice energy and the solar eclipse today, solstice being yesterday into today, the Kundalini of the earth in the Andes Mountains, very quiet today. We did have a 5.3 in Nicaragua, in Central America, and in Africa at 1.5 latitude, 28 longitude, a 4.2 in the Congo, in the heart of Africa, and then many powerful earthquakes in the western rim of the Ring of Fire, in the Pacific Ocean, and Japan today also had a 4.4. We're getting the 4.4 codes, and India today had a 5.8. The grid is totally activated, wholly lit up, activating all star blossoms through this great ascension process. And we are anchoring in these codes through our sacred vessel, the rainbow bridge that runs through our avatar, sending the codes and energies, frequencies deep into the crystalline core of Gaia, Pachamama. We have a very powerful image again today in our video from Divine Sister of the Light, Suzanne Amara, which is coded remembering the 144 seed with the sword of unity. And this is connected to the diamond sword of truth, sword of Excalibur, sword of the samurai, or you could say Samura. Feel into the energy of the Samura. Goes deep into the heart center, activating sacred warrior within, the warrior of light, wielding the sword of truth with all might. Whoopsie. I have to change my mic here. Realize that it was coming through the wrong mic. Hopefully that'll come out okay. I really don't have time to re-record that. The rains are coming in. The storm is here. We are going to start today's first transmission from Suzanne Umara, Divine Sister of the Light, which is connected to this amazing code of the image in today's video. We will hear the call as a collective to anchor our remembering into a new harmonic baseline for creation. These are the seeds, the star lineages, coming online as star seeds, seeded all over planet Earth. Tara and her angelic body, Era. We have reached a threshold, a harmonic doorway of evolution and remembrance, dear ones. The Diamond Light Collective is you. We are omnipresent, collective, or body of light taken into form and structure to meet you through color, geometry, sound, and frequency. In this codex or light code,
We are forming a bridge of communication, or the beginnings of a seed, on your beloved planet. This seeding point does not have a specific date or time. This is a very human invention. The seeding activates as the collective light body of Earth and human body reaches a harmonic resonance. You hear and receive this as the 144 collective calling or catalyzation. You are formed in such a way as your physical body experiences the ripples of perceived separation, disempowerment, and energy fluctuations, which result in a lost system of energy. This is entropy-based system, and the constructions of this system on your planet are very complex and have unfolded for thousands of years in linear time. The natural beginning of the infinite body of light, or diamond light body, within the system of light called Earth, brings a new beginning, or seeding away, that has little to no entropy of energy loss from its origin point, 0 point. This is the beginning of total sovereignty, unity, and symbiosis of your divine ecosystem on all levels. You are in a sacred union with every particle in the universal creation, in constant motion, moving and dancing from uncreation through the 0 point and into creation. In the creation, you have been living in systems where energy is lost or leaked through various means, thoughts, emotions, actions, and material designs of the world. The sword is the beginning of your eternal seed activating and being called in through your planet Earth. You move with the Earth body and her multidimensional light grids. You move with the elements and all life. You are one body and one heart. The 144 collective is a temple of light held outside of time and space. It is experienced in many ways and has landed most recently through ancient texts and evidenced through many of your ancient buildings and earth mysteries. There are certain geometries that create limited and closed systems of creation held at a cellular level, which have been lifted over the last linear years through new frequency harmonics, earth frequency shift, phase shift, and the waking of your primal light languages and heart expressions. This has caused a great catalyst on earth, and you are now in that time period where the transition is quickening and more humans are awakening. As there has been a polarity or dualistic creation template on the planet Earth, keeping the planet and its incarnates within fixed frequency bands, this has created systems and constructs which mean that many are resisting, fighting, and denying, and hiding away as the two poles or magnetic charges are pulled out to their maximum. You have been feeling this, and many times will have felt both extremely charged with energy pulses and also extremely drained as your body is adapting to new creating within these new maps while operating in the outgoing system. We are expressing this in such a way as to introduce these concepts at all levels. The sword of unity is that remembering of the new harmonics. The harmonics are not new, they are natural and exist perpetually and infinitely as you describe and experience your source or chosen God complexes. You experience this as embodied love, peace, harmony, bliss, connection, and a flow with the universe, the One. The One, or Diamond Light Collective, has many representations and communicates through many beings at this time. It is important to receive into your consciousness that you are also that. The sword is here as a catalyst and a calling to reignite this great codex and library, this eternal arc of light into your field and assist in furnishing its remembrance and communication. When this arc is illuminated, what has been described in ancient culture as the Grail, the Ark of the Covenant, and also held in Egyptian antiquity as the Ankh. This is the eternal source, or the light which has no end. It is no holy secret, it is no mystery or magic. It is seated within you, within your matter, within your cells, within your consciousness. Once it is fully ignited, it means that your consciousness cannot be levied, deviated, or in polarity, and you enter into unity. The sword of unity is a key, a song, the whisper of great library and temple in many civilizations, in many realms, in many systems. It is given through Amara with great love and deep reverence for your journey to receive it, to arrive, and you will experience its remembrance in your own unique way. Your sword might appear in dreams, in a multitude of bodies and ways, as song, as poem, as nature, communication, as a felt sense, as prayer and invocation, in holy oils and waters, in fire and alchemy, in stillness of nothing. It is your beginning, beloved starseed, your pillar and temple of light. Your human experience is the embodiment of the seed, your authentic expression, your presence and awareness, your self-accountability and responsibility as your divine birthright. It is unfolding in you a new way as anointed ones, as ones who are stepping towards this new orientation of living in brilliance, an embodiment of diamond logos. You and the Divine Father, you are the Divine Mother of you, you are the Creator in every moment. As one field living and founding new structures, thoughts and embodiments of energy and frequency within the new earth, Tara, Era, template. In this embodiment, your luminance is an evolution of a species, new, healthy, vibrant living, enriched soils and natural forms. Life is sacred, elements as sacred, co-creation and the landing of advanced organic quantum field technology. You, as 144, are called. You would not be reading this or hearing this if you are not called. It is vibrating inside of you, singing, calling, whispering, and you feel it when you meet your beloveds. Your body knows, your spirit knows. There is no one route, no singular methodology to land this signal, and the sword of unity is one of the great keys, somewhat like the emerald tablets laid out in an ancient language, so this codex will unfold. Here is the gateway or entryway for your spirit to vibrate and remember, connecting your diamond heart in and releasing from the systems which have acted as a drain on your consciousness and physical manifestation for so long. Arise, dear one. Recall yourself home. Everyone is divinely expressed. Everyone is loved and beloved. We are with you, within you, holding your hand in every breath and heartbeat, stroking your great wings and antennae to unfold and fly. We meet you as the golden ones, the angelics, your beloved star, brothers and sisters and custodians of code and knowledge. We weave as dragon, element, fairy and water ones. We sing your songs and hail your landing into a new dawn of freedom. The Diamond Light Collective, transmitted through Amara. Beloved blessings on this Solstice Gateway 2020. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Ragita Shaman. Today marks a very potent time on Earth. The solstice, ring of fire, new moon, Mercury retrograde, and 5 planets converting into stationary, then forwards, led by Venus on June 25th, 2020. What a lead up at 00. What makes it so powerful is it's set on a new moon in Cancer at 0 degrees, right across the Earth's axis points, both vernal and horizon grids, through the equator and through Greenwich lines on Earth. The solstice is so significant, more than any other time in evolution, because of the potency of light permeation and portal openings right across the Earth at 45-degree intervals at 8. It is a time of anything, literally anything, becoming possible as the eclipse opens through a complete ring of fire at 360:00, starting in Glastonbury, Stonehenge, UK. It is such a supercharged, supersonic, rare alignment that has been prophesied by shamans from the last Kachina, that a 00 time in history will come, where the ring of fire portal will completely open on Earth and usher in a level of purification, deep transformation, and an instant awakening into truth, immaculate miracles, and sweet love for many. It will be undeniable, swift, and irreversible. We are at this pinpoint of reset, 000, reset of the God code. A complete transformation is in process for all humanity. Whether there is an awareness to it or not, it is happening for all. The collapse of veils, the purification into truth, the dawn of new light, and the shift in love. Like no other time in human history, Venus is making sure that Jupiter is in direct alignment within the center of the ring of fire, activating divine intervention and penetration so accurate it can't be missed. As light beings in human form, this is the time to make your intention so clear, so profound, so open with belief, dream, and envision big. This alignment of Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, and Venus in conjunct with the solar ring of fire at 00 is ushering complete miracles that are irrevocable and absolute. Mars is bringing with it new energy, passion, fire, movement for any that have felt stuck. It will now turn for any that have been tired and lethargy. It's going to be flipped into action, energy, and vitality. A time of ushering in beauty, faith, love, and community. And from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Daniel Scranton, the solstice transformations have begun. The 9D Arcturian Council. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very satisfied with the way you have all been opening yourselves up to the energies of the solstice, as well as the energies that have been piggybacking on the energies of the solstice. We have been noticing the transformations that have been occurring in the root chakras of those who have been particularly open and allowing. You know when it's time to relax and receive. You know when it is time to let in all that you have been summoning, and now is one of those times. These energies began coming in before this date on your calendar, and they will continue to flood in, giving those who have yet to open up to them more and more chances to do so. We are also noticing that those of you who have been receiving these energies consciously are feeling more grounded, more rooted to Mother Earth, and are now in a position where you can really do some good, creating of the second half of the year 2020. This is a year that will continue to challenge people to awaken, and that is a very good thing. You're going to see many more transformations within yourselves and others as individuals finally let go of politics and conspiracy theories and tap into their potential as creator beings, as the ones who are there to make a difference on earth. You are not to just be told what is going to happen by beings like us. You are there to work with us to create the reality that you have decided is ideal for all of humanity. You can bring in even more fifth dimensional energy. You can summon and receive even more of the energy that creates worlds, galaxies, and universes. We and so many others like us are at the ready. We are ready, we are willing, and we are more than capable of assisting you in becoming the version of humanity that you have always aspired to be. This time of the solstice is not over by any stretch. Keep yourselves aware of all that is happening energetically as you continue to have events occurring up in your skies, events that are fundamentally transformative and that are meant to shake things up there on planet Earth. But it is not just your solar activity that is responsible for the awakenings and the transformations. It is you. You are the ones who are there to make something happen with your consciousness, your energy, and your vibration. You are the ones who understand that you are part of a collective and that all must be respected, loved, and forgiven within your collective in order for you to ascend in the beautiful way that you are beginning to take that next step of your journey. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. From DanielScranton.com, from Divine Sister of the Light, Elizabeth Peru. Important message. As the moon grows dark and new, and is nearly in a straight line with the sun and earth, your emotional release is powerful. The natural cosmic reset that you've heard me mention all week is happening now. You could either feel calm and ready, having done your work in the lead up, or unsure and agitated. Either way, it's okay. The cosmos will do the rest now. Dear cosmic community, a few hours ago, solstice occurred and the new moon solar eclipse has just taken place. We're now in the sacred hours after huge cosmic events which have naturally served to stir paradigms, reset your life, and renew your divine soul's purpose. I trust that if you're reading or hearing this right now, you are an aware soul, consciously doing your best to assist Earth by expanding your awareness of the spiritual reality that we all inhabit. I recommend that today you focus on the love already within your heart space. Extend the energy that you are all around your beloved field of light and bathe in the post-eclipse glow. There's no waiting for you to feel good. This energy creates a high vibe ripple effect for us all. From ElizabethPeru.com and from Divine Sister of the Light, Shekinah Rose. Divine Feminine Voice, Blu-ray Empath, Incoming Frequency Energy Ascension Update for the powerful new moon ring of fire solar eclipse emerging with the summer solstice, Saturday, June 20th and 21st, and energies to the next full moon. The Cancer new moon solar eclipse energies will bring awareness to the solar plexus, nourishment, power, and vitality, the sacred chakra, relationships, emotional body, flow and flexibility, your true spiritual knowing, feminine energies, love and opportunities for a turning point and new beginning, ascension new earth, ascension frequencies, amplified intuition, clairsentience, abilities to feel and sync with your soul, empathic feeling expansion, a new form of communication resonance, sacred holy grid lines of the crystalline resonance is attuning the divine human, big processing, downloads, upgrades, and messages about your purpose that come in your dreams, meditation, signs and symbols, super sensitivity and heightened emotions, especially the ones who have a lot of water in their chart, especially the ones who are the blue ray water star souls and blue ray transformers. Revealing and shocking information exposing what has been hidden may surface now. The light is pushing up any shadow parts in your personal relationships and connections. This is what the Ring of Fire wants you to know. The light will push the darkness to the surface, and you will be the one to make the transformation into light. There may be letting go of relationships, people, and situations. This is a gift from the celestial heavens for you to be more empowered in the light of your higher true essence, feeling raw and vulnerable. This will lead you to a more profound sacred union with your higher self and higher heart. A truer empathic feeling, unity connections with life and relationships, being who you are now with your family, your higher purpose, and why you incarnated within this soul group. You will be able to stay in your true essence, allowing challenging situations to surface in which you will stay in your truth and will take the situation to a higher level. This will serve you and them without negative energy, empathic entanglements. Throat chakra, speaking your truth, is your new way of the sacred divine feminine. The power of being in true essence, expression, and presence without compromise that will be able to shift reality and circumstance in your favor. Loss, sorrow, and letting go will include loved ones, family, pets, and relationships ending. This is in divine orchestration for these passings to happen. Ascension shift symptoms, empathic spiritual light keys. The sacred feminine is asking you to become centered in your higher heart that knows your true self. Feel through your intuitive knowing, higher truth, to be in sacred balance in the world, settling into your place of peace and love, your new true center, the new divine human. From ShekinahRose.com and from Here in the Moon Astrology, Sunday, June 21st, 2020. Quote from Anne Lamott, Astonishing things and revelations appear in our lives all the time. Let it be unto us, so much is given. We just have to be open for business. A divine appointment with grace. A heads up for transmitters, transformers, and sacred actionaires. Now is the time for reflection, reevaluation, reprioritization, and reorientation of your trajectory. Today's June 21st solstice turning point is amplified by a solar eclipse at 0 Cancer, delivering not only a change in the season but a seismic shift. Every 19 years, the eclipses fall on or very near the same degrees and sign placement, and the last one at this exact degree was the eclipse that preceded 9/11. It's one of those hinge points in history that in hindsight becomes before and after markers in time, and given that the U.S. is now starting its first Pluto return since the Founding Fathers, the next 6 months will witness a chain of karmic dismantling. A powerful geophysical shock window extends from the 14th through the 28th of June. The eclipse shadow moves across Africa, Asia, and culminates in China. Those border conflicts between China and India and North and South Korea have the potential to escalate in the next 6 months. This is the second in a series of 3 eclipses. A coronal solar eclipse at 0 degrees Cancer world axis is a potent, grand cardinal cross of light bridges, activating any planets or points in your chart between 25 to 30 degrees Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, and 0 to 5 degrees Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. The south node of fate, what you must leave behind so you can grow, is conjunct with the karmic galactic center. So ready or not, the political becomes personal with changes arriving right at your front door. The collective energy field is turbulent with Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto all retrograde. Neptune turning backwards on June 23rd, Venus turning direct on June 25th before Mars enters his own sign of Aries on June 27th, activating the sensitive world axis. The warrior planet normally spends 6 weeks in each sign but will cross backwards and forwards through Aries until January 7th, 2021, 6 months instead of 6 weeks. Another reason to predict volatility on the world stage. Cancer symbolizes your physical and emotional body, your home and homeland. To the theme of belonging, not belonging is very strong. The 0 Cancer solar eclipse is an energy influx on steroids, accelerating the process of changing consciousness and deleting the past in an instant. People leave, jobs end, passions fade, dreams disappear to make room for the new. If when they do, let them go. The cosmic wild card is bringing forward events or decisions that you assumed were months or years away. Plans change in a blink of an eye. There is a feeling of life moving very rapidly. It's life on fast forward, accelerating towards the future. As life rearranges itself around you, don't be too quick to label the eclipse good or bad. All eclipses have a second act, and this one is followed by a lunar eclipse on July 5th. Remember the sleight of hand occurring right now. Things look like one thing, then the narrative flips. It is truly brilliant how this unfolding for best case scenario. From here in the moonastrology.co.uk. And from the Archangelic calendar, Gaia is back in the fire setting and is caught up with a very busy violet flame, but she is still toggling between the elements of water and fire. The events of the metaphysical ebb and flow have certainly indicated that we have gone through some profound changes, but we can assure you that this is not even a fraction of what is to come. There are clear messages in the calendar today, as the day's date reads more like a download code than the date at the moment. As you gaze upon each section, you clearly feel the different messages coming in from the higher dimensions. In brief 3D news, other organizations not known to be involved in current events are going to use the coronavirus second wave of propaganda to release biological weapons, but it won't work. The EMF, cyber, and other attacks planned by organized darkness's favorite governmental organization will fall extremely well short of success. On our 5D timeline, we must let go. We must leave behind all of our old ways if we wish to fully emerge in a 5D experience. We must let go with both arms, hands, and heart to what was. This world was never meant to be this way. It is changing very rapidly, and thus we cannot cling on to anything that we thought we knew. As a physical planet, we have just passed the Millennium Gate, and this is the official gateway to the new Earth. In our daily lives, this will be more of a subconscious truth than a conscious one. There is no telling when we had actually passed through this gate. We just know that it has just now manifested into our current reality. This does coincide with the well-known theory that the new millennium starts today, instead of the many times it was said to have passed before. Although this, like everything else, is subject to timeline quantum weirdness and can change without notice. In direct consequence to the realization of the Millennium Gate, the new day has risen, and our central sun is reborn. This is another way of saying that the engineering of our central sun is complete, with all the bells and whistles a species of our upgraded levels deserve. This was administered by the Anunnaki and gives rest to the mystery as to what they were doing, working so diligently around the sun. Archangel Samuel is a wonderful archangel who can get highly sensitive things done at a very rapid rate. He is very reliable, accurate, and diligent as well, especially with matters that really matter to you. If you want a new car, this is not the archangel to ask. If you need food for your well-being, this would be the angel to call upon. In other words, do not ask him for trivial things, and he works best when things seem the most hopeless. The world of fantasy has officially invaded our reality and is going to get more and more amazing each and every day. This goes along with a stunning sky and an energetic showcase of an upgrade nicknamed the 415 upgrade, which we do not know much about besides the fact that it is a very positive addition to our lives. This also means that our ascension symptoms will be shifting along with these new incoming energies. And while we are on the subject of magical things, the dust cloud that is making its way across the Atlantic Ocean is directed by Archangel Elyon, so do not be alarmed. We have caused a hurricane of energy, the likes of which have never been before seen. This was laughingly relayed to us by the Arcturians, who said that our status is extremely impressive, and the momentum that we are creating cannot be stopped. They relayed their love and a wonderful vote of confidence for our legions. They have also invited anyone hearing this to reach out to them in love and friendship. So the tools for today's assignment and the assignments for today are in the link in the description below this video. This is from the archangeliccalendar.com, and coinciding with today's powerful solar eclipse is the sacred new year called the Aymara, Aymara, one of the biggest events in the Bolivian calendar. On June 21st, Bolivia observes a national holiday in recognition of the Aymara, who inhabit the west of Bolivia and southern Peru, coinciding with the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. The New Year holiday marks the start of the Aymaran year. The date is supposedly derived from the year since Columbus landed in Americas, added to the 5 1,000-year cycles of the Aymara calendar. And from the Harmonic Convergence 2020, the Eclipse Solstice Portal of 2020, crossing the Ring of Fire. We are living in intense times on planet Earth. Humanity is going through a major purging of our collective unconscious, with a large percentage of the human family still enduring the effects of prolonged quarantine. All life on Earth is undergoing massive recalibrations. The entire ecosystem is shifting as we transit the midpoint of 2020. This process is now amplified by the multiple celestial events, signaling the completion of yet another set of larger evolutionary cycles of time on Earth. How is this? The synchronization of an annular solar eclipse with the solstice portal of June 20th through 21st, 2020, NS 1.32.12.23.83 through 84, represents one of the most important celestial events of the year, as it only takes place every 19 years. This is a unique opportunity to focus our attention and intentions on a higher order of reality. It is therefore a natural window of time to recalibrate our consciousness and examine ourselves individually and collectively. Let's explore in more depth the transcendental nature of this portal, multidimensional evolutionary gateway, to enhance our comprehension of the relevance of the current eclipse window we are transiting. It is important to keep present, once again, some key archetypal aspects associated with eclipses. 1. On-off signal. During an eclipse, there is a temporary interruption of the flow of light energy consciousness reaching the planet. Life cycles, biorhythmic cycles, growth cycles, even digestive cycles experience a subtle disruption. On a total solar eclipse, this shift is much more dramatic and pronounced, as we experience a sudden darkening of the skies when the moon covers the solar disk in its entirety. Animals are more sensitive to these energetic shifts, so their instinctual behavior is to retreat and go into hiding until the eclipse is over. Therefore, we should not underestimate the effects that the celestial event has upon all life on the planet. It is a major celestial reset signal. Please bear in mind that this is the first time in modern history that an eclipse is taking place with a large percentage of the human population under quarantine, giving us an opportunity to stand still and go deeper within. Number 2, death rebirth. For some indigenous people like the Navajo, a total solar eclipse symbolizes the death of the sun, and it is perceived as a moment to revere all life in quiet contemplation and cleanse while we all undergo a brief symbolic death and resurrection. Number 3, light and shadow. Eclipses have been associated to prophecy, the occult, and the supernatural probably since the beginning of times or early years of human civilization. When these motifs appear on the screen of our reality consciousness with such synchronic potency and precision, they invite us to look up to the sky and contemplate life from a new, higher perspective, and serve as opportunities to look also within and bring hidden shadow aspects of our consciousness into light. Number 4, influx, outflux of energies. Eclipses usually come in pairs, lunar minus or negative or solar plus positive. Since the moon is associated with the feminine energy and the sun with the masculine, each eclipse acts as a gateway for feminine, negative or male positive, magnetic negative, electric positive, consciousness to readjust. Each of these gateways can be perceived as entrance alpha and exit omega points in time-space. Every calendar year has at least 4 eclipses, 2 solar and 2 lunar, but more rarely we have 5, 6, or even 7 eclipses in a single year. The coming solar eclipse is unique in the sense that it's taking place at the midpoint between 2 partial penumbral lunar eclipses. These 2 lunar eclipses of June 5th and July 5th serve as this time as a female container holding the solar masculine at the center. June 5th, 2020, penumbral lunar eclipse. June 21st, 2020, annular solar eclipse. July 5th, 2020, penumbral lunar eclipse. 5 planets in retrograde, adding to these many special aspects surrounding this rare event. This past June 18th, 2020, Mercury started its retrograde phase, joining the movements of Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto for a total of 5 planets appearing to move backwards, hence in the opposite direction to the other stars. These windows are an invitation to go inside and re-examine or review archetypal aspects associated with each celestial body. Father Sun and Mother Earth, divine masculine meets divine feminine. The solstice eclipse portal will also synchronize with the celebration of Father's Day in many parts of the world, corresponding the third Sunday of June. This is a day of honoring fatherhood and paternal bonds, as well as the influence of fathers in society. This is therefore an opportunity to address the unbalanced masculine and transmute the detrimental effects that old patriarchal ways are still having on our planet. Changing of seasons and new incoming energies. The solstice point of the year corresponds to the day when the sun reaches its highest, lowest point in the sky at noon, depending if you're on the northern or southern hemisphere, marking the longest and shortest days of the year, and announcing the entrance into a new season, summer in the north, winter in the south. The word solstice is derived from the Latin sol, sun, and sistere, to stand still, because at the solstices the sun's declination appears to stand still. It is then of special significance that right after the sun reaches its apex and stands still, on June 20th, a moon will arrive in perfect timing to cover it and create the characteristic ring of fire on June 21st. The annular phase of the rare solstice solar eclipse will be visible from parts of Africa and Asia. Please note that the term ring of fire is also the name given to the burning sensation some women experience when a baby's head crowns, in this celestial event signaling the new earth coming out of the birth canal, completion of one metonic cycle of the moon, a flower of life and time. The last time the solar eclipse happened on the June solstice was exactly 19 years ago, on June 21st, 2001. This represents the completion of a major cycle, as a number 19 plays a key coordinating role throughout the fabric of time, space, and creation. How is this? Within the matrix of space, number 19 encodes the total number of circles contained within the flower of life, representing the completion of one cycle of creation. Within the matrix of time, number 19 represents the metonic cycle, the moon comprised of 19 solar years, 235 times 29.53. One synodic lunar cycle equals 6,939.6 days. 19 times 365.2424. One geometric Earth year equals 6,939.6 days. And a side note, as I had just paused this video to make a correction, I looked down a paper code that came in yesterday was 9669, which is encoded within this 19 solar year cycle. The difference is 0.086 days for a cycle, which means that after a dozen returns, there will be a full day of delay between the astronomical data and calculations. The metonic cycle is a period of 19 years after which the phases of the moon recur on the same day of the year. The recurrence is not perfect, and precise observation shows that there is a lag of about an hour which would accumulate through a series of cycles. The 19-year metonic cycle is therefore a luni-solar cycle, and given its recurrence, it was associated with one generation by many ancient civilizations. The advanced vigesimal system implemented by the ancient Maya to track time, known as the long count, is also based on the cosmology of number 19. Within this system, 19 serves as the holographic time container for the whole cosmology. And today, from the Zolkin times, Kin 84, yellow rhythmic seed. Rhythmic is the name for the number 6, and its keywords are equality, balance, and organize. The 6th day stresses the importance of walking the fine line, grounding yourself, and checking that you are currently balanced. Take care of the practicalities, no matter how mundane. Having our heads in the clouds all the time can lead to instability. Find your rhythm, and you'll be able to strut your stuff more effectively. Today is yellow seed, which represents awareness, targeting, and flowering. These days are great for sharing wisdom and planting seeds of knowledge with the intention of sowing awareness. As it is a rhythmic day, this combination suggests that we need to organize to sow awareness, or that we must be aware that we need to find balance. The end result is flowering, in other words, thriving. May you grow with wisdom today. The guide today is also yellow seed, and so a double helping of that energy. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, yellow rhythmic seed, kin 84, 21 June 2020, solstice, new moon, annular eclipse, seeding, new potential, 21/6/2020 equal 21/6/22 equal 364 equal 13 equal 4, 21, crown of the Magi, victory, 3, Holy Trinity, creativity, communication, joy, 13, goddess, cosmic consciousness, natural lore, 4, form, structure, foundation, earth, 6, heaven, Christ, harmony, family, kin 84 equal 12 equal 3, Holy Trinity, an important day to start planting divine seeds that will grow into your legacy. The solstice annular new moon eclipse. This eclipse reaches maximum over Tibet and Mount Kailash, which is the crown chakra in our planetary grid system. A stargate is opened, which enables us to claim our divine sovereignty and upgrade to a higher 5D frequency, activating the 5D timeline for Gaia through the Shambhala portal. Day 6 in the blue storm wave spell of purification, cleansing, transformation, and evolution. Today's focus is on transforming our physical reality through balance and equality to seed our highest potential. Tone of creation, rhythmic tone 6 in the physical realm, action balances, power organizes, essence equality. The rhythmic phase is the one where this all-adventuring and radiating miracle that is you learns to walk, but consciously, precisely, with fine organizational instincts, and what superb balance we see. Very soon you have mastered walking and are up and running. Go forth and explore your territory. Today is a day to focus in order to create balance and equality in your physical world. Expand your vision of what may be possible, to see that so much more is possible beyond the realm of this illusionary existence. Today's question is, what projects and ideas can I commence today that seed the new time, leading us to the Garden of Eden? Divine blessings for the flourishing of your bountiful gardens. And Lakek Alakin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, kin 66. Kin 84, yellow rhythmic seed. The mantra, the code for today is, I organize in order to target, balancing awareness. I seal the input of flowering with the rhythmic tone of equality. I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. And with these powerful, intense waves of light flowing through the solstice and solar eclipse portal, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell next to subscribe to get notifications on future uploads. And as always, in the link in the description below the video is the transcriptions from today's transmissions. And we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. We have over 1,000 transmissions now and articles. I'd like to also thank everyone for your support and making your pledges on Patreon. If you'd like to support our mission and my work with Prime Disclosure, you can make a pledge on patreon.com/Prime Disclosure. And I post a lot more information and training videos on Patreon than I do through this channel and my website and Facebook. We also have a Prime Disclosure page on Face Group. Now I'll tell you a quick little story before I jump on to my next adventure. This morning, as the sun was rising in the east, I was in the sacred portal that I spent through the night last night with these great energies coming in. as I sat in the tall grass, full of the morning dew, surrounded by the sacred winged nations, as I was taking in the energy and the codes from today's rising sun. In the Taoist arts, we say in the morning when the sun rises, we transition from yin energy into yang, and at night at sunset in the evening, as the sun's setting, we transition from yang into yin, the masculine into the feminine. These are very powerful times to practice any meditative art, spiritual practice. Sunrise, sunset are very powerful energetic portals every day. And today, with this powerful energy coming in, as I was taking the codes in through my crown and through what we call sky eye in the forehead. And as you're seated on the earth, I was sitting in meditative posture, taking in the codes. You can gaze at the sun with the eyes closed. And sometimes it helps to slowly move your head back and forth with the chin over left shoulder and rotate to the right, slowly back and forth. As it's kind of a sweeping motion. You might get more effect of the energetic pulses, the codes coming in. And you could have your palms open towards the sun, bringing in the celestial crystalline codes and the keys into the palms, the portal in the palms, the eyes of the soul in the palm portal. And you can anchor those deep into the crystalline core of the earth and activate your crystalline DNA. These codes are coming in 24/7 now, all over this realm, all over the grid. And today, as I was taking it in, you could feel every atom activating. I felt the power of these codes coming in, activating the whole field of electrons around my vessel, feeling lit up, activated with this ascension energy. The palms felt like the fire coming in, the fire rising up. Also on the forehead, you might feel a pulsing energy in your hands and your forehead and your heart center, soles of the feet. You can place the feet, the bare feet, onto the earth and the palms into the earth. If you need to ground into Pachamama or cool down to the cooling energies from the heat of the sun, the solar rays. And as I sat taking in this energy, these downloads, activations, upgrades, I could feel it through every vessel. It's a type of burning sensation. You feel this through the skin as the pores are opening up. And as I took in this higher energy frequency, I laid back into the earth with the soles of my feet flat on the earth. And as I went through the 0-point portal of this eclipse energy, I was taken deep into the depths, through the void, into the ocean. I felt like I was under the ocean in the very deepest parts, with this emptiness, this divine feminine void energy. And as I spent time, or timelessness, in this ocean of consciousness, connecting with the water element, the divine feminine, I went into total stillness. And as I came back into my body, transitioned back into my whole breath, my breathing system was totally shut down. We call this body breathing, where you actually can take oxygen in through the skin, through your pores. In a sense, you can bring in oxygen atoms through the physical vessel. This is a very advanced practice, a deep practice. After many, many years of practicing in the Buddhist and Taoist arts, this is something that comes naturally. It's not something you try to do. You can be conscious of it and aware of it, and know not to go into fear, because if your body needs to breathe, it will breathe naturally on its own. But as you go into that 0 point, your body can take in oxygen. It goes by many names in the Taoist arts. Some call skin breathing or body breathing. Even some call snake breathing or serpent breathing. And there are certain snakes that live in the sea snakes that can take oxygen in through their skin. I believe that's why some of these ancient masters would call serpent breathing, taking in oxygen through the flesh, through the pores of the skin. This is ancient practices in the Taoist art and Buddhist arts. We see these in many different traditions. And as I came back into my body and started breathing back into my lungs, I felt the whole grid lit up, felt the oneness with Gaia, Pachamama, the many winged nations surrounding me. There was either a night heron or a bittern that flew overhead and sang out its call, a very beautiful sound. And then as I was walking back to the house, I was out in the country in a sacred portal where my sister lives. They have a big pond, and as I was walking, I felt like I was floating on air, and then a all-black dragonfly flew up right in front of my gaze as I connected one-to-one with this sacred winged being. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw a rabbit bouncing off into the distance. And I've been seeing them all day today and yesterday, which I briefly talked about. It's like this free spirit, this wild rabbit springing into life, symbolic with the ascension of the earth and consciousness. And it's symbolic of leading awareness out of the rabbit hole, out of the illusion wonderland, into that which is real, the divine, the spiritual, the sacred. So as we are guided through these portals, we're being activated from our higher self, our true nature, our true source, what we call pure awareness, the unborn mind of Buddha, our Buddha consciousness, Christ consciousness, cosmic consciousness. This is your highest self, your true source. We call the great mystery, that which is beyond all concepts, all worlds, all words, all thoughts, all perceptions. It is source creator, that which created the duality, the polarity simulation, to experience all that can be manifest through this great experiment. And as we reunite with the true aspect of ourselves, we are empowered and activated to embody the Christ light, the pure light or clear light of bliss, to transmit to all sentient beings of pure consciousness through all realms, all timelines, all dimensions, all universes, here now, in this eternal now, the I am presence that is here now, in this body, where I always am. So as we feel into that pure essence, we let go and go through and through and through until we totally break through all timelines, all barriers, all veils, fully lifted, fully resolved. All things are perfectly resolved in the unborn mind of Buddha, your pure awareness. And let go into that. Whatever arises, let it go. Through this great purging, this great release, this great purification, we activate the freedom codes to free ourselves and free the collective and all beings of light from all illusions, all delusions, and resolve all ignorance, healing every aspect of our divine self, here now, forevermore. So keep walking your sacred path with heart, warriors of the light. I love you all. Namaste.